Hey everyone, here are my reasons why I switched from my Canon Rebel to the Sony a7 II. I've had my Canon Rebel T3i since 2012. It's been a great starter camera for me. I've had some great shots using this camera, but as I progressed, I noticed that I was limited on what I can do with this camera. I started to see what else was out there. I looked at the Canon Mark III and the Mark IV, the Sony a7R, a7 II, and a7 III. All great cameras. What I needed it in the work I was doing, I needed something in my price range for sure. Better focus features and better quality in low light situations. I do mostly portraits and real estate photography, so I was noticing that with my Canon Rebel, a lot of my pics were missing focus. Out of 10 pics, maybe 3 or 4 would be in focus if I was lucky. I was using a 50mm lens and a Tamron 24-70 2.8, both great lenses, but still had trouble keeping things sharp because I get hired to do events all the time. I needed to step it up, and I realized my Canon T3i camera had its limits, so I went to my local camera store and checked out the Canon Mark IV and the new Sony a7 III. I immediately fell in love with the Sony. Just the way it felt in my hands, the body was light and the functions were incredible. So the only thing is the Sony a7 III is around $2,000 and $2,200 with the 28-70 kit lens. The Sony a7 II was $1,000 and $1,298 with the same kit lens. I had enough to buy the Sony a7 II, so I went ahead and got it. That left me with enough to buy a native Sony lens. So I went and got the Sony 85mm 1.8, which is on back order right now, but I will definitely be using it when it does come through. This camera has been amazing so far. The focus features are amazing. It has selective focus. So now when I go out and shoot, there are hardly any pics that aren't sharp. I just did 3 shoots last weekend and felt really confident that all my pics were going to be sharp and crisp. And sure enough, they were. This saves me so much time in having to take multiple pictures, just hoping to get one that's going to be sharp. It has an electronic viewfinder, which means I can see what the shot is going to look like before I even take the shot. It has a built-in Wi-Fi system, so if I want it, I can take a picture and send it right to my phone. It takes seconds. The ISO is amazing. I shot the other day in a low-light situation. It was a dark parking lot with some random street lights. Didn't make a difference. Shots came out great. You can also customize your settings the way you want, which I have and I use all the time. I'm also doing more video these days, so this a7 II has 24 and 60 frames per second. Although it doesn't have 4K like the a7 III, I can live with the 1080. Let's talk about the tilt screen. I can get down low and shoot using a tilt screen. This came in handy the other day when I was shooting our Pennywise shoot. With the Canon, I wouldn't have been able to shoot unless I was on the ground. And on a hot day like it was that day, you don't want to be on the pavement, trust me. I also love that it has bracketing. So since I do real estate photography, I can shoot 3 shots all at different light settings and merge them together in post. This makes it much easier for me when I'm on a time crunch, which is usually the case. So with all that said, those are some of the main reasons why I switched to Sony. And I have to say, it was definitely the right decision. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I do mostly behind the scenes for my horror themed shoots. I'll be bringing some good ones soon, so stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time.